Yo, random intrusive thoughts. Random intrusive thoughts. I feel like, you know, like as of late, dog, I might as well make intrusive thoughts like something that I consider too, right? In terms of sharing my mind. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've established this, you know, recently. I've established this channel. This channel used to be like literally, you know, for like my music creation and stuff, right? Like dropping maybe visualizers, dropping maybe lyric joints, dropping whatever it is, brother. It's just gonna, you know, get people closer to my music. That's what this channel was about. I mean, I might just like flip it back. I don't know. I might flip it back to that. I'm saying, why not? You know what I mean? Because tapping into the world of content creation, right? I mean, you know, me dropping the music, as I told y'all, it's not even official joints, bro. It's just like literally self-preservation type of feeding. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeding out. I feed my own self-preservation by the music because it just feels fun. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you did something because it literally just feels fun? You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that though, I think that's why I wanna see you today, right? Because you know, the joy conversation. You know what I'm saying? Doing things that like literally give you joy and just like purely. And I know these are cliche kind of conversations because they're over expressed. You know what I'm saying? These kind of thoughts about you know, follow your own vision, follow your own dream, your own vision board, things like this, like follow your own heart. You know what I'm saying? Are people even having these conversations anymore? Because, and why I'm asking that way is because self-care, self-health, well, no, is it self-health? Better health, you know what I'm saying? This community of just like self-health and things like that, it's garnered some, you know, weird reputation as of late, because it's like you may be seen to get into maybe self-help. I mean, self-help and mental betterness and things like that. You know, it can easily just be a trend or a fad that you just hop on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being real. But I'm bringing this topic up because I want people to literally dig deep. I'm gonna give you a second. Right? Dig deep. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to things that literally make you do something for, you know, for preferably ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where you can do something preferably forever. With me, that was the music, right? Not that was, it still is. It's just now it's intermingled with this kind of content that I'm doing, right? It's this type of stuff, you know, thought like this right here, what I'm doing on this channel, it's like visual, what is this, a visual diary entry, a visual digital, god damn, why can't I talk?
I'm tripping. I had to go back on it.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I still would consider dropping, maybe, but you know, it's a whole other bunch of channels that I got for that, you know what I'm saying? So I might just continue with the music drop in and creation on that, on a channel. Okay, let me just name drop it right. It's 96 in dark mode, 96 in dark mode, all one word. You know, it's out there. It's got reaction content to it. It's just, you know, with what I was doing with the music here, I might just do it on there, or I might do it on here. So that was about like what I used to do on this channel, right? Now that I'm doing this sort of thing, right? Digital diary entries, digital journaling, digital journal. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Digital journals where I express all my thoughts, my visions. Might just look back on content that I drop here just to remind myself of certain ideas that I want to put out in reality, certain things, certain philosophies that I believed, you know, would have put my, like, that I believe could trajectify my life in the best way, in the way that I think would be best, even in the future, right? So I might just go back on content on this channel and just remind myself of just like my own thoughts, my own visions, decisions that, you know, I made today for the future, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. This is what this channel is for. So, you know, I might just keep this channel at that and not mix things with the music thing. But anyway, I'm saying all of this to say this, right? I think with this whole, you know, taking this content thing, like doubling down this much on it, right? Taking it this much serious because of, you know, because of the opportunity that I've seen it, because, you know, things like that, and whatever other self-preservation reasons that I've seen, you know, about it. I feel like, with that being said, bro, I don't know if I'm changing for the worst or for the better. Let me explain, because okay, so the thing is, I don't think I've introduced myself in you know, extensive details, like using, you know what I'm saying, an extended amount of details, goddamn. No, right? I've never introduced myself at that level, and so therefore this is one aspect of these kind of details. You know, myself, bro, I won't say I hate people. I hate, you know, interacting with strangers. I want to say I hate it, but I'm slow to it. Let me put it that way, right? I'm slow to that stuff. You know, seeing you from a can of paint, I don't know you, from a bar of soap, from a can of paint, or whatever the expression is, right? I'm not quick to be humorous, comfortable, open, you know what I'm saying? I psychoanalyze things first so that I know how to engage with said object, said subject in front of me, you know what I'm saying? How to interact with it, you know what I'm saying? I first gotta just like see you know what I mean? I'm that guy. I don't just like put my dick out and you know, put my dick out and just like whack it on the table for everybody to see, that for everybody to take it in type shit. Pause though, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy. Like, I'd rather, like, not rather actually, fuck that, but you know, let me see other people dick size. No, oh fuck. Shit.
I'm tripping. I had to go back on it. I had to go back on it. My bad, chat. My apologies.
Bro, why would you allow me to say shit like that, bro? No, oh my god, no, it's not about seeing other people dick size. No, it's about seeing what I'm dealing. Oh my god, you know what? That makes it worse. I'm not dealing with no dick. Let me see another way to put this, bro. I'm not letting this go before I get it right. Not necessarily seeing other people dick size, bro, but seeing the capacity of what I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the quality of human. Fuck. Come on, let me vindicate myself, right? Not vindicate myself, but let me clear out like what I was trying to say, right? Look. Just to get a deeper picture of what I'm dealing with, okay? Then I'm gonna come out with my own expression and put my own dick on the table. Like that's what I was trying to say. So that people can see me after I have analyzed, studied my environment, people I'm around, and things like that. So I'm the type of person that first does that. I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, out there like, you know, open and energetic. Now, when it comes to friend groups of people I do know, right? Totally different story, right? Now I'm saying all of this to be like, yo, that's the kind of person I am. You feel what I'm saying? That was like that's been my history. I'm saying closed off, not closed off. I wanna stop using these buzzwords, bro. Closed off, introverted, quiet to themselves, reserved, I mean, these things are real terms, and they do describe, you know, my character too, you know what I'm saying, to an extent. But I wanna stop using them, man. Come on, bro. Let's grow our vocab, right? Okay, that was a sidebar. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I've always been that kind of person. But then now I feel like I'm getting worse, gang. I feel like I'm getting worse, bro, because literally to interact with the world. It's like now, you know why I pointed out the whole content creation thing and why, okay, now I'm this deep in it. Okay, I used to be just the music first, and then that was just like a passive little thing, passive little walk motion that I had going on, right? But now I'm diving deeper, and this diving deeper actually is making me realize that, you know what, I'm getting worse with all that kind of stuff, depending on how you see it, right? I'm getting more and more to a point where, you know, if it's not online, if it's not maybe through the community that we're about to build here, I might not interact with nobody at all in this whole entire life moving forward. Of course, there's obvious aspects to that, like family members. You know what I'm saying? Family members, cousins, siblings, bro. Of course, that's your peoples right there, right? So that's like when it comes to this aspect, when it comes to this section of my vision, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's like I'll have people where I have that access to conversate, to express, and you know, for the people that I engage with, for them to reciprocate that as well. You know what I'm saying? That's all good and dandy. But I'm talking about like just like the world in general, just society in general. It's like if it's not parasocial, it's like I don't want to engage. Look, what I'm about to bring up may be super trivial, but I really feel like this for real, right? Bro, when things are connected parasocially, dog, it's easy to escape, bro. It's easy to think about what I say and then come back and rectify. It's easy for me to make my mistake, think about it. I can delete a comment, right? I could delete a comment. I could retract the like. I could add an unlike and retract that if I want to. You see what I'm saying? So we can sort of curate how we want to appear. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that appeal for me is dangerously attractive for me. It's like, why am I leaning more and more towards that? Like, if I could tell you like the amount of friends that I have, that I've been able to make since, let me not expose details that I'm not supposed to be exposing, bro. No, but yeah, bro, like I've preferred not making any friends. Now let me explain that aspect of things too. When it comes to friends, we have to, you know, we got to be clear about people that you are friendly with, right? Cordial with, right? Friendly. For the sake of life not to be super pressure at certain moments, right? But things to feel all right with regard to the moment that we are all going through at the moment. We can be friendly with one another. We should be friendly with one another, cordial with one another. You know, maybe inspiring to one another. Maybe that one is not, you know, absolutely necessary. But you know, these kind of things. There's being friendly, and then there's having your own group of friends, right? There's having a group of friends. You're literally exclusive with those people. It's like you're absolutely biased, you know, with them. You know, it is what it is. That's your friends. Now, there's a difference with that. Being friendly with people is, I literally know that my survival, you know what I'm saying, relies on that entirely. Cool. Being friendly, being cordial. I feel like even my success, bro, will come through that. I don't even think having a bunch of money, having all the trillions in the world is, you know what I'm saying, I don't think that's gonna help me expand as much as just like the aspect of my humanity where I can be cordial with somebody else, you know what I'm saying, inspire creativity and engage in that with somebody else and just like create, keep building, moving forward. That's like, I'll always believe in that. But now having an exclusive group of friends that, you know what I'm saying, whatever happens, whatever it is, I'm always on their side, they're always on my side. You know, that whole little thing, the thing you were practicing in high school. At least if you took nothing from high school, take, you know what I'm saying, a nice friendly, cordial group of friends along with you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, you know, so that whenever you also, for example, hit a point of your own limitations, you got other minds around you, you know what I'm saying, to see how we can like move on and grow as human beings, well, you know what I'm saying, together and shit like that, right? So that whole little friend thing, bro, like I feel like I've replaced that with preferring to make these connections online, at least establishing them online through these online communities that we build, not just like the traditional. I feel like, you know, the whole social media, you know, in the extreme way where it's about the creator, it's about the celebrity, it's about the superstar, and it's like nothing else, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like a back in the day sort of thing, a little bit. I would say it's a back in the day when people used to think that way. Now it's, you know, now people are parasocial. Now people are growing communities. You don't have to be a known figure or like celebrity figure or whatever to have your community that you can literally just like kick it with online, you know, grow ideas with online, you know what I'm saying? Communities through which you can get to opportunities where you can grow your own self through them, through connecting with people in that community. Like, now that's some beautiful stuff if you ask me. That shit is really great, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm leaning towards the benefit of that more than, you know, the lived memory of having your group of friends exclusively, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, that could be temporary, and then after some time, you know, probably you gotta move locations, you gotta change schools and things like that. And I'm only saying, you know, I'm only putting that in that context because that was the situations for me, like when it came to the severing of my connection with my friends, with people that I consider my friends, people I considered like, yo, these are the people that like I gotta kick it with, like these are my brothers in life, you know what I'm saying? All of that happened when I was young, and so therefore something like just changing schools, bro, going from one province to another province, like, you know, changing locations drastically type to a point where, you know, you change your entire environment. So those kind of situations help me just like be closed off a little bit more. Shout out to those situations. But you know, the gap that it opened, bro, the gap that stuff opened, right? The gap that it opened is the gap that now I'm trying to fill this parasocial connectivity with, right? And again, bro, I don't think this whole social parasocial conversation, right, the idea around it doesn't have to be negative. It's not a negative thing. I feel like it's more for the people that are, I wouldn't say like introverts, people that don't want to like touch grass and really meet physical people. Not necessarily for that only, right? Just for people who like to connect, and this is just another way of connecting. You know what I'm saying? It's just me personally. I prefer this over like a lot of ways that we, you know, previously have experienced in this life, you know, ways to connect with other people, ways to socialize. I feel like, yo, I prioritize the parasocial connection more than anything. I know that shit is bad, gang. I know, bro, but I feel like, you know, even parasocial ideas, right? How to carry out, you know, connections with one another parasocially, that shit will naturally improve, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, yo, look, for the sake of my community, right? For the sake of the community, you know, whatever, however I'm gonna garner the community I'm finna garner here online, right? I feel like I might just like open up a Twitch for us. You're included if you're interested. I mean, I do have a Twitch, by the way. You can go ahead, follow my Twitch. I stream from time to time, right? It's not as consistent as here, but it's from time to time. Tap in there, you know what I'm saying? Because what I eventually want to do over there is so that we can like be this community that gathers there and just, you know, does all these things that I just like described, right? Like find inspiration amongst one another, you know, find ways to build and connect amongst one another, you know what I'm saying? And since that kind of shit, you know, somewhat has been a little hard for me, like in real life, you know, physically, and so therefore that's why like I opened up with describing myself as the person. That's why I had to reintroduce myself, you know what I'm saying, on this video. There's been videos that I introduced myself. I had to redo it right here so that you get a picture of what I was about to talk about and this point that I was about to get to, right? The fact that me having been the kid that I was, you know what I'm saying, growing up, I'm a grown-ass man right now, watch out, but being the kid that I was, bro, like I developed into the kind of human being where it's like, yo, physical life, like reality, like I just didn't prefer it, man. Like, get off my nuts about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't prefer it, and so therefore, since I didn't prefer it, I didn't have mega groups of friends. So therefore, the moral of my message right now is that, yo, you know, you can go ahead and prioritize parasocial connection over physical connection. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to like go ahead and do with this social experiment of mine for my Twitch channel. Y'all go follow that, PHREYZ 96. That's the handle, phrase 96. That's it. That's all right. You get me over there, and then we may just develop this thing into like something that, you know, that might just change the imagery of what parasocial connectivity means. I don't know. You interested in that? If you're interested in that, leave a like right here, leave a comment so that I know, okay, at least on this channel there's a community that like wants to grow to that point. You know what I'm saying? Grow to a point where we prove these parasocial connections wrong, man. I wanna, you know, I feel like I'd rather build a community here online and then go touch grass with the community I establish here. Wherever y'all at, man, I'm gonna reach y'all, bro. I'm gonna reach y'all again. Don't worry, I got y'all. Y'all damn near my siblings at this point, okay? The world is fucked up, bro. We need one another. All we got is each other, you feel me?